What's up, Sugar Bushes? Welcome to another episode of Crime and Cosmetics. As always, I'm your host, Snaxton. I know you have no clue who we're covering today because I've made it a point not to tell you. This case is actually very short, but it's super crazy, and I was listening to it on a podcast the other day, and it just fucking blew my mind. Also, the partner in crime from Makeup and Murder, this is the palette we're going to put in the makeup box we're going to be giving away soon. I'm going to review this probably within the next couple days. I guess I forgot to order two, so I got to order one more. We're just waiting for that. We'll wait for that in the Milani palette, the new Milani palette. We're not going to give away the one that I use because that's cross-contamination and disgusting. So we're just waiting for that, and then we should have everything ready to package up and ship. I also have some tape like that has like a logo of mine on it and stuff like that. Someone sent me this mirror. This thing is super cool. There was no name in it, but it's super, super lit. So we're gonna use that. I don't know, maybe we should include this mirror as well, because like I said, I really do like these mirrors, but they're just really like small. But we can put those in there too. So I know you guys have no clue who we're going over today, which is exactly how I wanted it. I wanted it to be a surprise. It took a lot in me not to tell you, but we are going to be telling the survivor story of Sarah Brady. If you see leftover makeup on my face, mind your business, because I started telling the story and did not like the way the look I was doing was turning out. So we're going to restart with a new look that I know I can do. Very, very simple, easy breezy cover girl, because this is a short case. Try this again. So, February 2005, small Kentucky town. A woman by the name of Sarah Brady gets a call. On the other end of the line is a woman by the name of Sarah Brody, and Miss Brody says, "Hey, I got a package for you here at my house. I guess we're both registered at Babies R Us." Now, Sarah Brady is 9 months pregnant. I think she, at the time, was overdue. Like, she is about to pop. Well, it's a small town. She doesn't, perceive a threat, so she's like, okay, well, I'll just stop by and pick it up. It's on my way to work, whatever. When she arrives, she sees that Sarah Brody is incredibly pregnant as well. Very, at least 9 months. They're at the same time, like they're about to give birth together. And for the sake of making this story easier to tell, we're going to refer to Sarah Brady as Sarah 1 and Sarah Brody as Sarah 2. So, Sarah 1 and 2 get to talking about, oh, we're having kids, we're both pregnant, this is crazy, blah, 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 what a crazy misunderstanding, this, that, and the other. Sarah Brady kind of gets the sense that Sarah 2 is alone, and, so they talk for a minute, nothing too crazy. Sarah 2 seems very normal, very calm, mild-mannered, so Sarah 1 grabs the package that she was supposed to be getting and leaves. And when she gets home later in the evening, she gets a call again from Sarah 2 saying, "Oh, you're not going to believe this. Another package was dropped off at my house for you if you want to pick it up." And they end up talking on the phone for hours because Sarah 2 just will not let Sarah 1 go. But Sarah 1 got the feel that she was lonely and she needed somebody to talk to, so she stayed on the phone, and when she got off, she was talking to, I think, her fiance or her boyfriend's brother, and was like, "Yeah, that girl called me again and said she's got another package for me." And the brother's like, "That's weird, like, that's really odd, you should let me come with you and just kind of like wait in the car or whatever when you go pick it up." And Sarah 1's like, "No, it's fine, I saw her today, we've already met in person, like, super chill, super cash." The brother's like, "All right, if you insist, whatever." Sarah 1 says, she suspected that she was just very lonely and pregnant and she wanted to be kind. So the next day, February 10th at 11 a.m., Sarah 1 skedaddles over to Sarah 2's house to pick up her second package. Sarah 2 also claims that a piece of mail had been delivered to her house as well, with Sarah 1's name on it, so they had to find that as well. And the whole time, Sarah 1 kind of feels like the vibe is very off right now. Something like when she was here the other day, it was fine, but now something's wrong. But while they're searching for this piece of mail in Sarah 2's room, she notices an inhaler on the ground that says Katie Smith on it. She doesn't think too much into it, but she's like, "Oh, that was a little odd, but whatever." While they are searching for this piece of mail, Sarah 1 notices that there is a People's Magazine cover framed on the wall, and the face has been scratched out of it. So that's a little psychotic. That's a little suspicious. She's like, ooh, something's not right here. I don't think I'm not getting a good feeling about this. So Sarah 1's like, okay, we haven't found it, whatever. But she has the package or whatever. Apparently they got misdelivered. And she's like, all right, I gotta go. I have some errands I gotta run, blah, 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 blah. And she starts to try to leave. And so Sarah 2 goes into labor. And she starts screaming and all the symptoms of labor pains. And Sarah 1's like, oh, shit, I gotta help her. So she starts trying to help her. Sarah 2 ends up pulling Sarah 1 into the bathroom. And when they get in the bathroom, it was like a switch had just turned off. She just instantly stood up and was like, well, I guess that's over. Very, very suspicious that your labor pains just apparently went away. And Sarah 1 said, when after that had happened, the look on Sarah 2's face had just changed. It was like something evil had taken over. She says, to this day, it makes me sick just thinking about it, the evil that poured out of her. So at this point, Sarah 1's like, I need to get the HE double hockey sticks the fuck out of this house right now, or this apartment. So she makes her way to the door. She's like, I really gotta leave. I'm sorry. I wish I could stay and talk some more. Because it was obvious that Sarah 2 is doing everything in her power to get Sarah 1 to stay. So she's like, I'm sorry, I have to leave. I can't, I've got errands I gotta run. I can't stay here. Thanks for the package, blah, 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 blah. And then Sarah 2's like, well, can I have a hug? Kind of one of those creepy dudes that are like, where's my hug at? And before Sarah 1 knew it, she was being pulled in for a hug. So as they're hugging, Sarah 2 is squeezing Sarah 1 tighter and tighter. And whenever she kind of pulls away, Sarah 2 has a huge kitchen knife in her hand, and she's like, you're not going anywhere. So Sarah 1 and Sarah 2 begin fighting. Sarah 1 grabs the knife by the blade and slashes her hand open. She manages to get the knife out of Sarah 2's hand and make a run for the door. She's covered in blood. She's screaming. None of the neighbors are hearing any of this. She gets out the apartment and up to the front door of the building, but Sarah 2 had locked it when they came inside. As she's trying to unlock it, Sarah 2 is right behind her, grabs Sarah 1 by the hair and drags her back into the apartment, shuts the door, and locks it. Sarah 1 now knows that this is a fight for her life. The only way she is going to survive this is if Sarah 2 dies. So they begin fighting. These two very pregnant women, might I add, begin fighting, throwing each other over the couch, through the coffee table. Just absolutely an all-out brawl. Eventually, Sarah 1 manages to get her hands on the knife and stabs Sarah 2 3 times and makes a break for it. So she gets out of the apartment. She's covered in blood. She's beat up. She's exhausted. She's probably fucking 9 months pregnant as well. So she makes it. She gets as far as she can away from the house. And collapses on the street where police find her. Passed out in the street, covered in blood. They go into the apartment where they find Sarah 2 on the ground. So they then take Sarah 1 and put her in custody. Because they're essentially like, you just murdered a pregnant woman. And Sarah 1 is like, no, that's not what happened. So as police search Sarah 2's apartment, they find out that her name's not Sarah, it's Katie, the name on the inhaler that Sarah 1 had seen prior. And she has this giant nursery, all this baby stuff, baby clothes, bottles, pacifiers, anything that you would need for a new incoming baby. She had it, sister. But the thing was, she wasn't pregnant. When police further searched her body, they realized the belly that she had on was fake. And an extensive search of the apartment revealed that in another room across from the nursery, Katie had some pretty serious equipment in there. I'm talking a bunch of OBGYN tools, obstetrics kit, surgical scissors, scalpels, the whole 9 yards. If you name it, she had it. Well, it turns out Katie had been obsessed with pregnancy since she was a teenager. Having a family, having a kid, being pregnant was all she thought about. So she ended up faking a pregnancy to her friends and family, telling everybody that she was having twins, showing sonograms of twins, and basically, went through the whole pregnancy ordeal, but it was coming around, they were at 9 months. It was time for her to produce a baby. So her plan had been to lure Sarah Brady in, with her, the story of, oh, we have the same name and I got a piece of your mail, blah, 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 blah. She was going to stab her to death and kill her, take her into the room with all the tools she had collected, and cut Sarah Brady's fetus out of her and keep it for herself. I am no doctor, I'm no expert, nothing like that, but I feel like there are easier ways to acquire a child. I don't know what they are, but that cannot be the first go-to that everyone does when they need a kid. Now, police still interrogated Sarah Brady for hours, and then finally, they were like, okay, obviously, we got the story wrong here once they discovered all this other stuff. But shockingly enough, Katie's family was sticking to the story of that Sarah had a plan to sell Katie and her baby for $5,000, but just decided to murder her instead. Because that makes more sense than this person having that has all this OBGYN stuff, all this surgical stuff in their apartment, wanting to cut a fetus out of a human being. Now, as I said, Sarah is questioned by police for hours because at first they thought that she had murdered Katie, who was a pregnant woman, but turned out not to be true. They let her go, no charges are filed. And it turns out Katie had targeted 3 other pregnant women using the same manner, finding their registration at Babies R Us, contacting them and stuff like that. And actually, Babies R Us changed their registration policy after this incident. And on February 15th, 2005, Sarah Brady gives birth to a healthy baby girl named Michaela Grace. This is also like an I Survived story. If you can find her interview, I highly suggest watching it. She talks about how she had to go through this to know what she was made of and stuff like that, and I very, very much do recommend. That is the insane survivor story of Sarah Brady, a badass woman, which is my favorite topic when covering true crime, because when we talk about serial killers and stuff like that, a lot of the time the people being victimized are women just going about their day, and it fucking badass to hear when a woman who is trying to be taken advantage of and things of that nature fights back and comes out the victor. You feel me? I swear I jinx myself every time I'm like, oh, we're just gonna do a simple look, because then my body is like, try something you've never done before. And that's what I do, like the script up here. Hopefully it looks good. What do you guys say? Is this a look, or should I stick to something else? Let me know down in the comments below. But we're gonna pick next week's crime. So we have our murder pot here. Keep suggesting them. I'm going to keep putting names in. Go ahead and... This one got stuck between my fingers. So we have the Richardson Family Murders. If you can read that, my handwriting is terrible. I believe that was the 12-year-old girl and her boyfriend who killed their family. If my memory serves me well, and 9 times out of 10 it does not, so don't quote me on that. But the Richardson Family Murders are what we're going to be covering. Can you give me a second, baby? But thank you so much for stopping by for another episode of Crime and Cosmetics. Please keep giving me your suggestions in the comments of this video. And if you enjoyed this content, I would be super grateful if you subscribed. And these out every week. I'm getting some vlog stuff together too to talk about. Like I said, we're gonna do a review of this Partner in Crime Make a Murder palette, and we'll do another mediocre makeup review where the makeup's not mediocre, that's just me. But I love you guys so much. Thank you for stopping by. I'll have a P.O Box video out soon. As you can see behind me, I got a fucking ton of packages that I had to pick up today, so I can't wait to open them up. I did open that mirror already because I wasn't sure what it was, but this thing is just gorgeous. Look at that. But I will have that video out soon, as well as some vlogging videos this week and a mental health checkup. Keep leaving me your suggestions for crimes down below. We're currently in the works on a true crime podcast, so be on the lookout for that. Don't forget to check out Snacks Packs, my other podcast, though. We're doing a decade in review this season. If you would like to write me a letter, where I keep them in this drawer down here, you can send it to my P.O Box. I'll leave that in the description of this video as well. You can join our COVEN. It's our Discord server. We talk in there. It's where we get together and play video games like Among Us and stuff like that. You're more than welcome to join if you'd like. Also, if you would like to, you can follow me on Twitch. We play Among Us with a Discord server. We've been playing a lot of horror games, Resident Evil 7. We're playing some Dying Light, stuff of that nature. I would love to have you there. I would love for you to join the chat and talk to me. I love talking and interacting with you guys. It's absolutely my favorite part of the day. I spend a lot of time by myself. You might not know that, but I spend a lot of time alone, and talking with you guys makes me feel like I'm not so alone. But I love you so much. Be safe. Be kind to others. Most of all, be kind to yourself. Everything will be linked in the description of this video. Leave me your true crime suggestions, and we will see you next week. As always, remember, you are loved, you are valid, your feelings are valid. If you need help, please reach out, because this world would not be the world without you in it. I love you so much. Bye-bye.